Hello everyone, Donna here. I hope you're all doing well. I'm back in today's video to finish off my folio that I started well before Christmas, but then obviously Christmas takes over and life takes over, and I never got back to it. So there's a part 1 and there's a part 2 where I put together the base. And in this video, I'm hoping to get finished. So I'm hoping to put pockets in, use some ephemera, use some labels, etc. to get it finished off today. I am using my correspondence kit for this. There is a flick through of this kit on the channel. It's a gorgeous kit. It's got loads of end papers, loads of tags, loads of kind of book covers and lined paper. There's all sorts in here. There's also loads of ephemera as well. Also got loads of pockets and things that I have cut out already, which are ready to go. And let's just have a quick look at where we got up to. So I did the cover. This will be in part 1 and part 2. And then this is the inside. So I put some flicks. What's this? Oh yes, we did something with a magnet. This is a pocket. This is a pocket. This is a pocket. We've got an envelope here, and then this opens up, and we've got a couple of envelopes here, and there's an envelope in there. And then I stuck this in as like a little either extra booklet or notepad. And then I've got these ready to go inside here as well as little notepads, should I wish to do that. And there's a little vellum envelope that I put in there. So a couple of these things are recycled from gifts and gift envelopes, and that's the back. So I'm going to have a look next at what I've got in my ephemera, what else I can do or add to this. Oh, yes, it's a double one, isn't it? So I can always add some paper onto there if I want. Maybe do some pockets on the inside. So yeah, I'm going to have a look and carry on basically with this. I do remember not wanting to have an overly thick folio because I didn't want to bulk it out too much. But yeah, I'm just going to continue. So I'm not sure if I'll put this on time-lapse or voiceover or what I'll do. I'll just go with the flow. But let's get started. Okay, so the first thing I want to do is I know that I'm definitely going to want to use this. I don't know where. I could have it floating. I could use it in a different project. But I do know that I want to use it because I really, really like it. So I'm going to get on with that. So I showed you in one of the other videos, I think it might have been part 2, how you can leave a tab when you cut out your pocket, which allows you to get the full use of that pocket. So that was in another video. And I also showed you how these fit on to the pocket as well. So I think I will have this floating because I like both sides. So that's going to be a floating pocket. I can't remember what I inked in. I think it's pumice stone. I don't know. That would be a guess. I'm just going to go with pumice stone for today because I can't remember. It's been that long ago. I just went back and had a quick look at when I posted the last video on this, and it was 4 months ago. So probably could have got this finished a little bit earlier, but like I said, it's just one of those things, just life. I'm also going to use some scrap paper that I've got just to cover the inside again. You can always print double-sided with one of the backing sheets if you want to. But it just saves on ink, you know, if you just, because you're not going to see any of this, you're only really going to see the top. It'll just save on ink a little bit. If you just use some scrap, just going to pop it into there like that. To stick this together, all we need is some glue along the bottom and on our tab here. You can also, if you wanted a bottom tab, when you cut out your tags, leave some white space and then make yourself a little tag at the bottom as well. I'm only going to put a very thin bit of glue, so I don't think, you know, it's not going to come up too high for me to lose much of the pocket, the depth. Then the pockets will go in either side. So we've got one that's straight across, and we've got one that's a little bit more slanted. So you can have a pocket on both sides. You can have just one of the pockets. I think I'm going to pop that one onto that side, because I don't know if I want all of the blue. Although that is quite nice, actually. You could also turn your pocket this way and have a side tuck. You could just chop that bit off. But I like that. So I think I'm just going to do that on both of them. While that's drying, I think I want to make a hidden paper clip. So if you watched my last video, I actually did some hidden paper clips and I explained the reason why I like to use them. I think I want to do a couple more in these coordinating papers using some of these postcards, little postcards and labels. I will put this process on a time lapse because I went through how to make a paperclip in the last video, so I will link that video in the description box for you. So it's not, you know, there's no point me going through it again. So I will get on next and make a paperclip. paperclip is done. So you saw then on the time lapse how I went about putting this together. Because it's longer this way and shorter this way, I did use 2 smaller paper clips. And then I just added some of the labels from the sheet here to the front, and then that's the other side. I added this one on here. So then that will just slip over here, and then I can, you know, put that into my journal. Now, I was thinking that these pockets will be great for keeping bookmarks in. I collect bookmarks. Whenever I go somewhere, I always have a bookmark. This is from Dublin. This is from a church in, I want to say Chester, when I took my son to Chester. And these are the ideal height for keeping these in. So either until I come to use them, or until I, for example, I want to put together a Dublin journal. So until I come, you know, to do that, I can keep that safe in there. Also have this one, and that could even fit in the front. So that's really pretty. I just got that at a local bookshop, but I liked it. Or it can go in this slightly longer one. So lots of options there. And then this is still wide enough to fit over there like that. So the next thing I wanted to work on are these things here. Now I'm thinking that instead of notebook, I'm probably going to want more pockets in here. And places just to keep little postcards and, you know, various things like that. I think I'm going to make some more of these as well, because these postcards lend themselves really nicely to that, and they can be used throughout any journal. And some of these bigger ones you could even use just by folding them over. And again, with these larger ones, although it would, you know, they would be upside down, you could just fold them over like that. You could fold the postcard in half. You know, there's loads of different things in the kit that you could use. You could get some of the really pretty decorative paper to back them on as well. So I think I'm going to make some more, and it will be handy to have some pockets to keep them in. Something like that, for example. Or something in there. So what I think I'm actually going to do is have a look at strengthening these. These are all in the kit as well. But if I was wanting to add some pockets in, or make some pockets, copy paper is not really going to be strong enough. I am also probably going to want a slightly wider spine, only slightly. And I'm probably going to want to back this as well. One, to strengthen it, and two, to get rid of all this white. Pop these back in here for now. Also, I can actually use a paper clip to keep that closed, so I won't need to put a closure on there either. That works really well. So that's an added bonus. I think what I'm going to do in order to back it is actually cut down where I folded it. That's going to make sure I don't have to put any extra bulk in here with the paper to fold it. Also, it's easy to stick something flatter just on 2 smaller bits. But it also means I can give a little bit of a wider spine by using some fabric tape. So I think I'm going to do that. So the fold is there. Okay, so if I cut down there, I think I might use some of the end papers that are included in the kit. So that might be a nice one. But you can see here with the paper, it's actually got the fold line. So if you wanted to just use this for the inside of a journal, stick it together with that, for example, for the outside. Maybe put a piece of card or something thicker in the middle. Fold it over. You've got a really, really quick notebook there. I'm going to use it to back this. Now, I think as well, I do actually want some thinner card as an in-between layer. This is the same as the one I used for my my paper clip. It's a thicker paper, thinner card. I use it a lot. And it's just good for things like this if you want to strengthen something. So these are images from actual books. They're quite nice because you can see the creases and things, the texture. So this is obviously like a library card, and with a, you know, that's been stuck onto a book. So these are looking nice. I like the back of those. I have some nice tape selections. So these are just washi, like grid washi. This one's lovely and thick, but I think it may be a little bit too wide. I also like this brown one and this kind of taupe colour. I also have the fabric tape. I use this one a lot. It's the Tim Holtz one. There's also this one with the maths. Or there's this flowery one as well. So I need to decide which one I want to use. Flowery one would be nice because we do have leaves and flowers and some floral elements. So that wouldn't be out of place. This one I love because it's got the pink, that hot pink in it. It's got the same colours. The colours match nicely. Not that it matters. It doesn't, you know, it's not an issue. We don't have any pink in the floral, but we do have reds, and the reds do work nicely. And then we have this. Not keen on that, so we could do the taupe colour. Matches in with that. So there's actually plenty of options. I think I'm going to go for this one. Surprise, surprise, it's the one I always use. And I want to put it on the front, definitely on this outside, and I may even put it, I'm not sure if I'm going to do the same on here or whether I, you know, I might use a slightly wider one. Maybe that one. But for the outside, I definitely want to go for something a bit more decorative. So cut this to size. And I don't want to leave a massive spine. I literally only want a little bit of a gap. So I may need to get my head over for this. If my head gets in the way, I will cut that bit out. Right, and then on the inside, let's have a look. I still think that might be a little bit wide. Dying to use it, but I just think it's a little bit too wide. I think this might be nice. I don't really want to use fabric because it may be a little bit too thick in that spine. I'm kind of thinking, because this is obviously for a planner, I think. It's like a tracker. I'm wondering if I could cut off the white edge. I'm not really feeling that white edge. I think I might put this on the front and might use a tear ruler. Maybe this little one here. And then I'm thinking we could layer some labels. I'm going to grunge these up a little bit with some ink, and I'm also going to use this stamp here to just make the front cover a little bit more worn. And I've got this set here, which I think I may stamp this onto the background. So I think we are adequately grunged up front and back. I am not overly pleased with how the edge of this is looking. It's looking a little bit like a scroll, and I didn't want it to look like that. So perhaps I should have just put, just cut it normally, but never mind. So that's the front, and I just grunged up a little bit at the back. I'm going to get my stamp out in a second and put some dates. So let's have a think next about the pockets for the inside. So we could use some of these postcards. These are a nice width. I think I also have a pocket from a tag that I'm not using. So that might be an option. I could just cut that down. I've got this little pocket here, which is already cut down to size. So that might be a better option. Although this is cut on thicker paper, I don't think it's really going to matter. And I do have a strip that I cut off that I could make a pocket from if I wanted to continue the pattern. So we've unexpectedly had a power cut. My light that I use in here has gone out, so I hope the light isn't causing too much trouble. Not sure how it's going to affect videos in the future, because it does look like it's going to need quite a bit of work to get everything sorted. However, I did go ahead and stick the pockets in here. So I did this one, and then I made a side tuck. And to make this, I use my tab punch. And what I do is just put it through kind of about halfway and cut it out. I did also make a second paper clip, and I used a flower sticker and some labels on there. And on this side, I have used one of my labels that I did probably, I want to say about a year ago. It could have been more. I have got a video and I will link it. I made a little belly band for that one. So I've got that to go as well. And that's it. I haven't done anything else. So we finished this. I could add to this, but I won't at the moment because of the plug situation. I've got 2 paper clips. And I've got my little ephemera holder here. I'm going to leave it there because of the current situation. I do think it's mostly done. I could maybe put a pocket on here, and I could also do something on the inside here. I might do some stenciling, but for the most part, I would say this is pretty much done. Apart from, I'm thinking the front possibly needs something. I do have an idea, which I will mull over and think about. But other than that, I think the next video will just be getting you updated on anything I've done extra. And then I will give a flick through and show you what I've put in each section. So I will say goodbye for today. Thank you so much for joining me, and I hope this last section hasn't been too much of a pain. I hope there's not too many shadows. I will try and adjust the light somehow when I come to edit it. But I will see you next time. Take really good care of yourselves. I will link this kit in the description if you are interested in having a look at it. There is a freebie to go along with it as well on Kofi, so make sure you have a look at that as well. And I'll see you next time. See you soon. Bye.